Welcome to Humoranities with Sephora. On a Friday night, I found myself deep in preparation for a winter formal after party my teenage daughter was hosting the next day. I did all sorts of things to get our house in order. We rearranged furniture and hid anything that screamed of my daughter's childhood, like Barbies or her dollhouses. After all that stuff was moved, I vacuumed the basement and main floors with the annoying awareness that the house would need to be vacuumed all over again. I discovered my dusty baseboards and was compelled to wipe as many of them down as possible. We set up the karaoke machine with its disco strobe lights, put up a shimmering backdrop for a photo booth, set up a table with all the props, and blew up several balloons to add to the festive spirit of the occasion. I woke up at 4 a.m. on Saturday with the sudden realization that we needed more disco lights. The lights on the karaoke machine weren't enough. We needed to level up the lighting situation. I do the requisite Amazon searching and find just what I need and realize that if I want the lights delivered that day for free, I needed to fill up my cart with items eligible for same day delivery. I can think of a zillion things to order any day of the week, but of course, my mind fell blank on what to put in my cart at 4 in the morning. After spending way too much time on this issue, I decided to order mascara and Korean face masks. Order complete. I figured I could use the mascara for the party and enjoy a face mask afterward. In the early evening on Saturday, I began in earnest to tackle the immediate tasks at hand to complete Mission After Party. Set up punch station, organize snacks, iron daughter's dress, manage against daughter's potential meltdown, get daughter to pre-dance dinner, and be on standby for further instructions. While my daughter was at the dance, I got my first instruction. Dress cool. I got this. Jeans, maybe? My new sweater from Costco? My new CoverGirl mascara? Perfect. Second instruction. Daddy needs to pick up me and 5 friends from the dance at 8:20. On it. Third instruction. Tell Daddy to bring the SUV and not his tiny Prius. It won't fit the number of friends who need a ride, and also, it's embarrassing. You bet, kiddo. Fourth message. Has Daddy left yet? Tell him to come to gate 10. Yes, mademoiselle, your chauffeur is en route. Fifth message. Where is Daddy? My response. Ask Daddy. The clock turned 8:35 and I heard the sound of heels awkwardly clickety-clacking at the front door. I asked myself, do I open the door? Is that nice? Is that weird? Will they think I'm not cool because it'll seem like I'm hovering at the front door? I don't know what to do. I need instruction. I muster up the courage and open the door to see my daughter, 1 girlfriend, and 4 guy friends, 2 of whom I've never seen before. Okay, be cool. Hi, guys. Welcome. Oh, you all look so handsome. Get side eye from daughter. Okay, that wasn't cool. Too mother like. Don't fawn. Side note, these boys in blazers and bow ties, all cleaned up, looked fantastic. When they went to take their shoes off, I couldn't help but notice that their parents had amazing taste for fine formal shoe wear. Don't tell them they have nice shoes. Not cool. I look at my daughter and ask, where's Daddy? Answer, I don't know. He dropped us off and went somewhere. I think to myself, what? Okay, processing abandonment. Where the hell did he go? The little group makes its way to the basement. Karaoke machine begins to play. The party has started. Okay, a little background before we get into what the party was actually like. The winter dance was announced, and my daughter and her friends were all in a tizzy. Scheduled the weekend before Valentine's Day, there were weeks of chatter over what to wear, who would ask someone to go, and whether or not anyone would go at all. The weeks preceding the dance felt like a lifetime. Relationships started and ended, friend circles morphed, and plans were ever evolving. It was hard to keep up. My daughter and a few of her friends realized they would not be going to this dance with anyone, nor would many people be going there in general. Regional championships for a certain sport would be occurring, so many of the cute guys and high profile girls would be participating in that instead. The most critical issue at hand was whether or not there would be an after party to attend if the dance was or was not a flop, because apparently it was all about the after party. So, this is how my daughter totally set me up. After several hard days and tough tests, my daughter asked if she could have a few friends over after the dance or in lieu of the dance altogether. When asked what a few meant, she stated 8 or so friends and probably just girls. Okay, 8 is a manageable number. Let's give these kids something to look forward to. I asked if I should email the parents to let them know about the mini party so that no one worries about what the kids will be up to that evening. I was told it was unnecessary since it's all friends who have been to our house before. Part of me sensed that if there was no official announcement to parents over email, there was likely no party happening. A week before the party, my daughter mentioned to me that a few more people may be coming. Oh, wait, is this real? I thought. Okay. You see, Mom, I think, insert name of popular girl at school, is coming, and if she comes, other people will come. Okay, that makes sense. A few more people, not a problem. The Wednesday before the party, I see a window of opportunity to hit up Costco and ask my daughter exactly how many people I should plan to buy snacks and drinks for. Her answer, 8 to 25. What? That's not helpful at all. Then she explains that some more people are going to the dance, and since we live close to the school, more people feel they can make it to the after party. Okay, I get it. That's fine. I ask if I should send an email now to parents to let them know this party is legit and that adults will be present, also snacks, right? She says no, because everything is so fluid and that no one may show up. You just never know, Mom. Again, the ambiguity was suspicious, but I still didn't fully catch on. Back to the party. So, after my daughter heads down the stairs, the doorbell rings and literally a dozen girls I've never met before come in very graciously. At our house, everyone takes off their shoes when they enter. There's something quite comical about seeing girls in short, tight dresses struggling to take off strappy heels. While I offered dining room chairs to sit on, these girls sat on the floor, flailing like fish, trying to get off heels while not exposing themselves. I had to turn away. There's a knocking at our door, and my daughter comes upstairs to greet more kids, about a dozen boys. How did she know they were at the door? Texting, Mom. They texted me. I ask her how many people she really thinks may be coming tonight. 40, Mom. 40 kids? Wow, that escalated pretty fast. Mom, it's the first big co ed party of our lives. Everybody wants to be here. Like I've said before, I don't need much entertainment. I'm more than pleased to people watch and enjoy the running commentary in my head. More kids come, and not just any kids, the popular kids. You could just tell. There's a vibe or an X factor a popular kid gives off. It may be confidence, but I'm not sure. There's no one standard. But what I've picked up on over the years is that when you're popular, there's generally no need to smile or be in a perfectly coordinated outfit. Most especially, there's no need to announce your arrival because the party really starts after you arrive. Side note, the popular kids did not feel the need to acknowledge my presence as an adult. That's how I really knew they were the popular kids. There's a delicate balance to achieve when chaperoning an event. You need to both hover and be invisible at the same time. If you're wondering whether or not I was curious about what was going on in the basement, well, of course I was curious. Just when I was ordering extra disco lights, my husband ordered extra cameras for the basement. I checked here and there, and to my amazement, kids were being kids. They were taking pics at the photo booth, dancing and singing karaoke, and watching two people face off in a video game. It was so wholesome. I saw a few kids come up and grab snacks. Most of the girls charmingly said thank yous for hosting the party. It was even more adorable to hear the boys tell me I have a beautiful home. I saw a little drama go down. I saw a freshman boy courting a sophomore girl, and oddly enough, they were flirting and yet also staring at their phones the entire time. One of my daughter's elementary school friends came. He attends a different high school now, and his 6-foot frame and charms caught the attention of many girls. I think they were being subtle, but if you're a group of 6 girls staring, pointing, flipping your hair, and giggling in the direction of a guy 3 feet away from you, and he's looking back, he knows. The heat had built up, and we're not talking hormones. Literally, it was hot, and an hour into the party, everyone came up to the main level of the house. It was time for my famous punch. Not that kind of party punch, the non alcoholic, teen friendly kind of punch. I poured each cup, and when I offered it to someone, I asked a name. With every name I heard, I was reminded of little mentions my daughter had made of that person before through various anecdotes. My brain was alive with activity as I was making connections left and right. I noticed that at some point, all the girls had changed out of their party dresses into their school uniforms of sweatshirts and sweatpants. The boys still had on their blazers and jackets in an effort to impress the girls, no doubt. And then he entered. Before us stood a boy, perhaps 6 foot 5 inches in height, wearing khakis and a black turtleneck sweater, a mop of hair on his head, sporting a gold chain on his neck. The girls swooned. I spit out my punch. Is this a scene from a movie? Does this stuff happen in real life? No way! He was by no means a bad boy, but he did have swagger. Oh, yes, he did. Then I found myself sitting with my invisibility cloak on in the corner of the living room, drinking punch when I saw a sweet looking boy sitting in a chair with about 10 girls sitting at his feet. The spotlight was on him. It was interview time. The list of questions asked were: Is there anyone at school you want to date? What's your ideal girl like? Where do you want to go to college? What do you want to be? And so on. Could I hear the answers? Well, no, because whatever the response was, it was muffled by the giggles from the girls asking the questions. About 5 bachelors cycled through the hot seat. I don't think any one particularly appealed to the female audience, but the boys sure did enjoy the attention. It was pretty late, and some partygoers started to leave. In the absence of sending out an email to parents, I'd go to the front door and give a big wave to the parent picking up so that they knew an adult was here the whole time. I figured this would be less embarrassing for my daughter than the email she was avoiding having me write to parents for a party that might have been a bust. While I was a little weirded out that parents didn't reach out to find out more about the party, I kind of also realized that I would be okay with my daughter going to a home I know she's been to before, or at least out with friends whom I know to be sound minded. The party was a wrap sometime after midnight. My husband suddenly made an appearance. I don't know where he went earlier, but he was ultimately lounging in bed, watching TV the entire evening, probably thanks to his camera setup. I honestly was so engrossed in the party, I didn't notice him missing after that initial feeling of abandonment. There was no real destruction in the home to be addressed immediately, other than some spillage of punch that made for sticky floors. When I got into bed around 2 a.m., I knew it was going to be a rough night. My body throbbed from setting up for the party and wandering around my house as a shadow chaperone. I woke up around 6 a.m. on Sunday with a deep regret for not having taken a strong dose of ibuprofen before bed. I struggled down the stairs and flopped onto the sofa, and this is where I would spend the next 15 hours. With my broken body, I turned on the TV and checked out all of Netflix's offerings. I came upon the third season of a Korean reality dating show called Singles Inferno. According to a friend, it was better than seasons 1 and 2, which were adorable. Side note, for those who haven't watched this show, the title is misleading, or at least it misled me for ages. I worried it would be something too hot for me to handle, but after conferring with my friend, she told me it was indeed PG and that the most scandalous thing that happened was maybe some hand holding in a swimming pool. Holding hands and being fit in a bathing suit is not scandalous in my mind. So I loved the first 2 seasons because they were refreshingly sweet. Now, half dead, unable to make complex entertainment viewing decisions, I was totally up for season 3. And then, like a middle aged woman tired from partying hard with teens, swollen feet propped up on a pillow, I proceeded to binge watch the entire third season. Throughout my binge watching session, I kept feeling like I'd seen all of the characters before. All the scenarios were familiar, and no, not because they were similar to seasons 1 and 2. Around midnight, I turned the TV off and started to peel off my Korean face mask when it hit me. Watching Singles Inferno was like watching the party in my house from the night before. The grand entrances, the girls swooning, whispers in the corner, eyes meeting across the room, awkward stances, the guys into pretty girls, even if there was no real chemistry, the pretty girls trying to capture the attention of the cute guys or the guy everyone else is into, even if the loyal one brought her punch or gave her his arm so she could put on her strappy heels safely. I mean, the confessionals with each cast member paralleled the spotlight sessions held in my house among the teenage boys. even down to asking the players about what their ideal type of girl was. Was life imitating art or was art imitating life? This was fabulously nutty. Maybe I wouldn't have drawn these connections if I hadn't hosted the party. But if I hadn't hosted the party, I wouldn't be a couch potato binging a reality dating show while my house needed its second round of vacuuming. What I know to be true is this: hosting a great party is fun and satisfying, and watching people in real life and on TV is one of my favorite pastimes. Thank you for listening to Humoranities. Enjoying the podcast? Please take a moment to rate it. And for more musings, visit humoranities.com and be sure to follow on all social media platforms.